Greetings, salutations, Wagwan people. OmariJ here, and thank you for joining me on the Route 66 podcast short. This is a daily podcast where I'll be looking at life through the lens of the crucified Christ. And when I say life, I mean my life, your life, the lives of people around us, and just our environment, This experience is going to be hopefully a good one, a beneficial one to both you and to me. I'm going to be treating this almost like a devotional slash a journal slash a visual journal as well slash a space just to talk, just to reason, and just to get things out of my head, As this is a podcast short, I'm not planning on spending more than 10-15 minutes max. If I get to 15 minutes, boy, that topic the deep. Or I've just been chatting. You see me? Yeah, let's just dive straight into this episode's topic, right? So if it is that you have clicked and you've gotten to this far, you would have known the topic already based on the title. The topic for this episode is rebuilding my relationship with God. To be quite frank with you, I am going to be rolling with this topic for the rest of this week and probably a little bit longer. I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to stop with this topic because this is going to take some time for me to kind of flesh out, Rebuilding my relationship with God, with Christ, has always been a desire of mine where I've seen deficiencies. Is that what I want to use? I use it anyway. I've seen deficiencies in my faith journey. I've seen where I've lacked the discipline to respond to God's love, respond to God's grace through prayer, through studying His Word, through being a good neighbor to my friends, my family, my community, to those that I meet, those who I don't meet. I've just been in this rut for what I feel has been at least, I want to say since 2014, which is about 7 years now. But if I'm to actually take a deeper look into my life since then, I'm pretty sure there were times when my relationship with God has flourished and flourished well for that particular time. But in recent times, is it in recent time or in recent times? Anyway, not the point. Recently, there we go. Recently, I have realized that my heart has longed for just for the Lord to just fill it. Kind of like the song, fill my cup and let it overflow, fill it up. Fill my cup and let it overflow, fill it up and let it out. Yeah, I'm in that state where I want my heart to be filled. I want my cup to be overflowing with God's grace, with God's kindness, with an understanding of Christ that I've never had before, But I've just lacked the discipline. I've just lacked the I don't want to say desire because I have the desire to get to know Christ more. However, I want to say motivation. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. I've lacked the motivation to really and truly reason with God on a personal level, to reason with God about my sins. Like, I've acknowledged the sin, each sin that I've committed, and I've acknowledged that there are sins that I don't, that I'm not aware of, right? However, I I don't take them to Christ. I don't I don't pray, and I'm not saying that I don't pray enough. I mean, I don't pray when I'm in that time of like, yo, I know some sin, my heart I hurt me. I'm moving in a direction that is just not encouraging, to say the least, especially if it is that you are looking up to someone, if it is that you want to perceive yourself as someone to look up to. Mm-mm, me is not that person. um so yeah, just that motivation to go to Christ has been waning, and I think that's a tactic of the devil, of the enemy. By the way, that's very awkward for me to say things like the devil and the enemy and Satan and all them things there. Why? Because they're, it's just like a common thing that church people say, that Christians say. Oh, the devil! Oh, the devil! You, mm, a girl have on a short skirt, the spirit of some evil spirit, or a man a Christian wear locks. Like, no dog. Like, anyway, not the point. The point, that is not the point. The point is that I am uncomfortable with saying the name of the enemy or anything that refers to him. I really and truly don't like referring to him. But it is a reality. It is a reality that, you know, Satan has has tried to use his power, and is still trying to use his power to prevent us from getting closer to Christ. Has been preventing me to get closer to Christ, and I've been realizing that um one of the only quote that really and truly sticks out to me. Let me actually find it so I can read the entire thing. All right, so my internet is moving slow and I can't bother. So what I'll do is that I'll just paraphrase. So the quote, it goes, our deepest fear is not that we are gonna are gonna fail or something like that. Our deepest fear is that we can become something greater, and that really and truly resonated with me, because it's not a for a lot of things. I've realized that I fail a lot. I know that I fail a lot, bro. I've flunked out of university 4 times. Not flunked out. I've started university. I've started first year in university 4 times. I know all there is to about failure. Zine. So failing is not the thing that I feared. I think the thing that I fear most, or one of the things I fear most, is becoming something greater, and especially in regards to my faith. I know that if it is that I apply some sort of discipline, which will not be driven by me, it will be driven by the Holy Spirit. But if I actually apply the discipline to get to know God more, and to develop my relationship with Him, I know for a fact that He's going to use me in ways that is going to be beyond my comprehension. And I fear that. I am like, yo, me, why you want to use little me? Like, me and nobody. Though, like, me don't want you use me and go lead the people them astray. And that's a thing that I struggle with. But we're going to be talking about this later on as we go along this journey in the coming episodes. This is something that I have to bring to God ultimately. where I have to bring that fear of, belittling myself, that fear of not knowing that I am insufficient to anything in God's glory, but yet He still loves me and He will still provide that strength that I would need to carry out His will. You see me I say? So yeah, I am. This is where we begin. This is where I begin rebuilding my relationship with God. And for those of you out there that are in the same spot, in that same rut, in that same rut, rut, as I have been, as I am in right now, I hope that you join me. I hope that it is that you find gems that you can apply to your own life. You see me? So you too can rebuild your relationship with Christ. So yeah, until the next episode. Blessed episode.
It's been a while since I seen myself smile for real. Had regrets in my past, only time could kill. I wish that I could heal all the pain I felt, and so I use my life as weaponry and aim myself.